First at 6, an investigation is underway into an officer-involved shooting in New Britain. Everything we know coming up in a live report.
Completely shocked because you have, in my opinion, you have to be going much faster to take that out.
A Jeep crashes right into a barber shop in Windsor Locks. We'll tell you what people in the area had to say about this latest incident. Good morning and happy Thursday to you. It's a great day out there once again. We're glad you're starting it off with us, America Areas.
And I'm Bridget Bjorla. Yeah, it really was such a beautiful day yesterday. Not quite as sunny today, but hopefully at least staying dry just in time for day one of the Travelers Championship in Cromwell.
We're heading out to check out more with Rachel Piscatelli. Hey, Rachel.
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
Hey, good morning. It is a beautiful start here in the capital. Mostly clear skies now, but as we move forward, we are anticipating a little bit more cloud coverage for the second part of the day, although today is dry and humidity stays low today. We are tracking some changes overnight tonight, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Taking a look at our current numbers out the door this morning. If you're stepping out, maybe going for a walk, an early morning walk, 54 degrees in Willimantic. It's 57 in Norwich now and 55 degrees in Torrington, but that sun really making all the difference this morning. Taking a look at the next 12 hours, you'll notice a little bit more cloud coverage starts to build in towards the afternoon and into the evening. Temperatures get up to around 80 degrees this afternoon as well, so it is a nice day. But then we are tracking those changes as we head into the overnight hours. So as I mentioned, today is a mostly dry day, but after about midnight tonight, we are going to start to see some shower activity develop, and there could even be some embedded downpours first thing tomorrow morning. And then we also could maybe get in on a thunderstorm too. This looks to last through at least the early morning hours. By the late morning and early afternoon, we are trending in the right direction. So I think Friday is not a washout. I think the morning starts off soggy, but the second part of the day for any afternoon and evening plans should be all right. We do have to watch the opportunity for maybe a brief passing thunderstorm in the afternoon on Friday. It remains relatively muggy for Friday as well, as temperatures move from the 60s in the morning to around 80 degrees in the afternoon. As we head into the weekend, we had some uncertainty surrounding Saturday's forecast. It is trending in the right direction here for any outdoor plans. We'll have more details on that and walk you through it coming up in just a bit. As we check in with the roads this morning here at about 6:02, we are following one incident this morning. This is a water main break along Route 1 in Old Saybrook. So it looks like there is both the north and the southbound side here, some delays this morning. I think a couple of lanes are blocked off. We do have a crew that is headed to the scene to give us more details on this impact. If we look live to the Old Saybrook area though on 95, that may be your best bet as volume remains light here in the 6 o'clock hour. And then we are also following a crash this morning in Middletown. A live look outside there this morning showing you 91 northbound between exits 20 and 21. We do have a vehicle involved in this crash that is blocking the left lane. So of course we will let you know when that clears. Over to you.
All right, Rachel, thanks. An officer-involved shooting in New Britain sparks an hours-long investigation. This happened overnight where one person was rushed to the hospital. Another is in custody. Fox 61's Aaron Coogan is live in Herald Square this morning getting us the latest information. What can you tell us, Aaron?
Yeah, well, it all happened along this stretch of Herald Square, and while the investigation has since been taken over by the Office of the Inspector General, New Britain police say what started as a pursuit of an individual they believed was involved in an earlier incident in the day, it ended with those shots being fired, again, right here on this stretch of road. Now, we do want to get you to video from earlier in the afternoon. As you mentioned, what started as an officer-involved shooting at 3 p.m. yesterday ensued into an investigation that continued well into the night. Our crews tracking that aftermath until just after 11 p.m. Now, in the little that we do know about what exactly led up to the gunfire, New Britain police say they received a report detailing the location of at least one individual thought to be involved in an earlier shots fired incident within the city. That led them to the Red Roof Inn just around the corner, where they approached a man they say matched the suspect's description. He was walking alongside another individual. According to police, both took off running from officers. That pursuit leading right here to Herald Square, where the city confirms at least one gunshot was fired by an officer at those fleeing men. Again, at this time, we do know one of those suspects was taken into the hospital, the other taken into custody. No other civilians or officers were injured, and 2 firearms were also recovered in the ensuing investigation. As we learn more, we're going to have it for you on air and online at fox61.com. We're live in New Britain. Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.
Aaron, thank you so much for the update. We'll definitely check back throughout the morning. Well, meantime, at 6:05, officers in Hartford say a man was hurt in a shooting yesterday afternoon. This happened in the area of Brook Street at about 4:15. A short time later, an 18-year-old man arrived at a hospital with a gunshot wound. Police say he was alert and conscious when he got there. Anyone with information is asked to please contact Hartford Police. And police say part of Route 63 in Naugatuck has reopened after it was closed because of a serious crash there. It happened between Sherman and Bradbury Streets. Officers say that the crash involved one car and the driver has life-threatening injuries.
Right now, the owners of a barber shop in Windsor Locks are cleaning up after a car crashed into it. You're taking a look at the significant damage there. Now, the store has a long road of repairs ahead of it. And as Fox 61's Tim Latow reports this morning, people in town say the crash has them shaken up and concerned.
The barbershop owners say they're closed until extensive repairs can be made. The speed limit here is only 25 miles per hour, but the car had enough force to completely destroy the storefront.
We have 3 kids, and she cuts all their hair. She cuts my hair. She cut my hair and my best friend Alex's hair for years.
Skip's Early Bird Barbershop in Windsor Locks is one of the most popular in town. But the Early Bird won't be catching any kind of worm anytime soon there.
This is like the second crash that's happened on that street, so like it's basically over here where the first crash was.
The storefront on Main Street is now boarded up after it looked like this Tuesday evening. A Jeep crashed into it and took out all the doors and windows. Daniel Schweenard can't believe something like this could happen on a 25-mile-per-hour road.
Completely shocked because you have, in my opinion, you have to be going much faster to take that out.
Windsor Locks police say a 50-year-old woman was driving the Jeep northbound when she drove off the roadway. She told officers she lost control. Based on the angle of the street, her car had to turn nearly 90 degrees perpendicular to crash into the shop. Police say the woman passed field sobriety tests and was charged with failing to drive in the proper lane.
Down here through where the tracks are and everything, with all the construction, there's been a lot of things that have been going on. And people getting accidents, you know, just on the norm.
There were no injuries and the barbershop was empty at the time. It'll stay that way until the owners say they can get repairs made. Just back in March, a man was killed on the same street in Windsor Locks in a rollover crash. Solana Savelli doesn't think speed limits are effective unless police have a strong presence enforcing them.
Everybody drives too fast. You know, the speed limit doesn't need to be 25, maybe not. Could it go to 30? Maybe, but it's, you know, you just gotta pay attention.
Dustin Merrill is a car mechanic in town. He says even small crashes that don't seem to have a lot of damage can cost owners more money because of newer electronic systems in cars.
Just being careful, being mindful, it can save you quite a bit of money.
Windsor Locks police say the investigation into the crash is still ongoing. In Windsor Locks, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
A Burlington man faces a murder charge after investigators say a woman's death inside of his home was not an accident. Police say what was first reported as a fall down the stairs is now being called a homicide. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza spoke with one of the victim's friends.
I was just completely taken back. I just had, it just felt, ever since then, it's really felt like a complete nightmare. It just doesn't feel real, and it's definitely not something anyone saw coming.
From disbelief to heartbreak, friends say they're coping with the loss of 26-year-old Janina Brooke Murphy. State police say Murphy was found dead inside a Burlington home back in March after a call came in reporting she may have fallen down the stairs. But according to an arrest warrant, when officers arrived, they found Murphy lying unresponsive on the living room floor with visible injuries to her face, arms, and legs. Police say her boyfriend, Cole Warhen, was the only other person inside the home. Investigators say Warhen told them Murphy had been drinking and became upset and claimed she threw herself down the stairs. But detectives noted inconsistencies in his story, along with blood found throughout the home. Police also observed injuries to Warhen's hand and what appeared to be blood on his body. A medical examiner ruled Murphy's death a homicide caused by blunt force trauma to the head. Warhen was arrested Tuesday and is now charged with murder.
She was full of life, you know, and that was taken from her. She was everyone's best friend. She was so sweet. She was so talented.
Murphy's friend, Lindsay Bolduck, says the two had worked together and stayed close. She described Murphy as someone who was always in touch with the people she loved.
So it really wasn't normal to not hear from her a lot. I know she did talk to some of her other friends too. Brooke had a lot of best friends, but it just wasn't normal for her to be kind of disconnected from people. I really had a bad feeling in my gut, as did a lot of other people.
She says Murphy had only recently started dating Warren just weeks before her death. Now, as more details emerge, including past accusations involving other women, friends are calling for accountability and awareness.
I feel like someone like Cole just shouldn't have been able to have access to these women.
Friends are also urging dating platforms to take stronger action when it comes to user safety. But above all, they want people to remember who Murphy truly was.
I just want people to remember that Brooke wasn't just a victim, She was a best friend, she was a daughter, she was a cousin, she was incredible, and she was full of life.
That was Priscilla Meza reporting for us this morning. Warren is being held on a $5 million bond and is facing several other charges connected to alleged assaults involving multiple other women.
Today is the first round of Travelers Championship at TPC River Highlands in Cromwell. So the first tee time is set for 8:15. That's Ryan Fox and Matt McCarthy. They're going to be first up. Defending Travelers champion Keegan Bradley tees off at 1:45. He's paired with Jordan Spieth. If you are headed to the course to watch some play today, remember, stay hydrated. Bring a hat, and also don't forget the sunscreen. You're going to need it. As always, there are hydration stations and cell phone charging stations as well. Well, today belongs to the pros. It was all about the celebrities yesterday. The tournament continued the Celebrity Pro-Am. Justin Barron, Carson Daly, and Chris Berman for UConn Stars. And Sixers center Andre Drummond. Net results don't come easy on the course.
I mean, you've played in front of tens of thousands of people. You've been on the free throw line. What is more daunting?
This.
Is it this?
Yeah, this.
Getting in front of a gallery.
Yeah, I don't usually get anxiety, but I got anxiety getting off that cart just now. I'm looking at all these people and I said, damn, it's a real thing right now.
You talk about how tall he is compared to Jimmy?
Yeah.
And Jimmy's pretty tall.
And there he is, comedian Will Ferrell also on hand, along with Heisman Trophy winner Doug Flutie and Andre Tippett. I met Doug Flutie last year.
Nice guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
Happy to pose for a picture. It was cool. We had a great time out there.
Very nice. We did.
A major housing bill designed to lower costs and boost home construction is on hold now. Coming up, why the president is refusing to sign it.
And new home sales took a big hit last month. Why high mortgage rates may be keeping buyers out of the market. Stay with us. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.